Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's Disney related video. Today we are talking all about Disney's Magical Express service, walking you through what it is, how it works, everything you need to know about it, and why it can be helpful to take advantage of. So without further ado, let's get started. If you've missed any of the other videos in this Walt Disney World vacation planning series, I will link that playlist up there for you, and I will also link it down below and at the very end of the video so you can go back and catch up on anything you've missed. So today we're talking about the Magical Express. So what is it? Magical Express is a bus that takes you from Orlando International Airport to your Disney Resort hotel, free of charge. It takes you there on the way there and on the way back. You do have to be staying on Walt Disney World property at a resort hotel to be able to take advantage of it. So that would be who can use it. So how does it work? So before you leave, you need to add it to your package. Whether you are a DVC member, you can do it through your DVC account, like on DisneyVacationClub.com, whatever. It's really easy. May have just done it for the first time. And then also when you're booking your package, that is an option, like when you're checking out, if you have your flight information already. If not, you can call and add it before, but you do need to add it, I believe, like a month before. I think you could do it probably up to 2 weeks, but part of the service is baggage delivery. So depending on how far in advance you book it, you may miss that aspect to the service. So basically what you're doing is you're saying, I want a free ride from Orlando International Airport to my resort hotel. So you get in the mail, if you're in the States, this also comes with your magic bands, I believe. Wouldn't know because I don't ever get them, but what I get is an envelope that says Disney's Magical Express, and it comes with luggage tags, not luggage tags that you'd write your name and your address, though those are included with your magic bands. But for the Magical Express, they're like the airline tags, so they're bright yellow and they have a Mickey with a different acronym, so like MK for Magic Kingdom, AK for Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Disney Springs. I think there's only Epcot. I don't think there'd be a Hollywood Studios one, but that's just basically saying what resort area you're in. So what you do is you put those luggage tags on before you go to the airport to start your journey to Orlando, and when you drop your bags off, those tags are on it, and you say bye-bye to your bags and you don't see them again until they are in your room. So you go on the airplane as normal, you fly to Orlando, you don't have to worry about going to baggage claim. You go straight to the Magical Express area of the Orlando International Airport, which is on side B, I believe, because I've totally gone to the wrong side before. Like, wrong side, same area, going, it should be here. But I think it's side B for bus, and I think that's how I remember it. But again, all this information will come in the little booklet that you get that'll tell you exactly where to go. You need to have either your magic bands if you're in the States, or this little booklet with your confirmation number that you walk up to the Magical Express. A cast member will scan the barcode or scan your magic band. They will tell you a numbered lane to go into, and then you are waiting there to board a bus. You get on the bus. The bus generally stops at like 3 resorts, and you are on your way to Disney World, and you get a special like video, and the driver will announce once you're going through like the gates with the big arch that says Walt Disney World, and it's just really fun and really easy. I've used it pretty much every time, I think. As long as it's existed, I have used it, and we really like it. So now on the way home, if you are traveling internationally, basically, so they have all your flight information, so they figure out what time your bus would be to get you back to the airport in time. If you're traveling internationally, they are going to get you to the airport like ridiculously early, so I would say that would be a negative and something to consider. but also free transportation to the airport, so gotta decide what's worth it. So the night before you leave, you will get on your door a little magical express thing, which is really depressing and really sad, but it will have what time your bus is picking you up, where you need to be, which would be just the lobby at your resort where you were dropped off, and again it'll have like a confirmation number that they will scan when you get back onto the bus. So certain airlines do have airline check-in at your resort, so you can again do the same thing where you drop your bags off and then the next time you'll see them is at baggage claim in your home city. But otherwise you are loading your luggage on and then you have to take it off the bus and go check into your resort. So again, same thing, you get a video on the way back to the airport and they get you there with plenty of time and you are on your way back. How much is it? It's free. Well, free. Like, I'm sure you're paying for it in some other form, but it is included. So other things to consider, kind of things that I've learned along the way, you want to make sure that you have any like medications or anything that you need that you might like typically pack in your checked bag. You want to make sure that you have that with you because you won't necessarily get it right away. Generally it takes a few hours for the bag to end up in your room. So something else to consider is, are you going to the parks on your arrival day? If you are, you're going to want to make sure you have what you need so that you can go. Generally what we do is we arrive at the resort, so we don't have our bags, but we have carry-ons. We will kind of condense that, make sure that we have everything we need, leave that with bell services. So just leave it there and I'm going to the parks. So, and then you would just pick up your bags and then go back to your room, because generally if you're arriving really early, your room won't be ready anyways. So you might as well go to the parks. So consider that and make sure you have the things that you need. Also, don't forget about departure day. If you have a really late flight, you might want to go to the parks that day. So again, you can do the same thing, check out of your room, leave your stuff with bell services, and go to the parks, and then just make sure that you leave extra amount of time before getting back to your resort if you're using Disney transportation, because it can take a little bit of time. But then make sure you're back at the resort in the right time and get your bus back to the airport. I have baggage check, but I think that's bell services that I just talked about. Clothes in your carry-on. If you're coming from a cooler climate, you might want to bring a change of clothes. I know I've done that where I will bring like shorts and Florida clothes so that I'm ready to go and not dying in the heat. Sunscreen. If you're bringing sunscreen though, you want to make sure that you're bringing like little travel size that you can fly with, but also there are stores at the resort or the parks that would sell that stuff if you want to wait and get it when you're there. And if you are traveling with your magic bands, don't forget your magic bands. Make sure they are with you and not in your bags, because they need to scan them for you to get on Magical Express. If you're going to the parks, you need to scan them to get into the parks. You don't want to forget those. Okay. Now I'll tell a story about Magical Express. So one time when I went with my family, I will link, I did like a trip recap of all of the trips that I've been on, so I'll try and find that one and I'll link that up here. But we were staying at a rental house, and then we wanted to go to Disney World for a few days, but we love being on site at Disney, so we drove the rental car from the house that we were staying at. We left the house, drove it to the airport, left it at the airport, and then got the Magical Express to Pop Century where we were staying. My sister was not feeling well. She is in a wheelchair, so they do have wheelchair accessible buses. Usually they make you wait separate from the line because you have to load first because you have to get tied down and everything, but they're great about that. But anyways, she really wasn't feeling well, and the cast members could see that. They got us on a bus so fast. We were the only 5 people on a bus. These are big like Greyhound buses, and they had us on our own one because they knew that Alex needed to get like somewhere where she can lay down. It was so nice of them, and it was just, they went above and beyond. And so I always think of that like that's the way you want to travel on Magical Express. But I've had like lucky times where you're like walking into the line as it's going on to the bus. You always want to be like the first stop. But also if you're not, you get to go to other resorts that you get to see, which you might not see otherwise. But Magical Express I definitely think is worth it. It's something that's helpful to use, especially if you're just going to use Disney transportation anyways. One less thing to worry about. They make it really easy, it's free, and I always recommend it. So if you have any questions about Magical Express or any fun stories, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more, and I will be back in a few weeks with another Disney related video. Thank you so much for watching.